So guys, today I am going to discuss a very important topic, that is a varicose vein. So basically guys, what is varicose vein? So let's discuss about the varicose vein. So basically varicose vein, in the sense, or definition of varicose is dilated and tortuous subcutaneous vein. Dilated and tortuous subcutaneous vein. So basically it is a dilated and tortuous subcutaneous vein, that is called the varicose vein. And basically the diameter of that dilatation is greater than 3 mm. So diameter is greater than 3 mm. There is basically cause. There is two cause of this varicose vein. One is a primary cause and second one is a secondary cause. Later I will discuss about this cause. First I want to discuss about the pathophysiology of this varicose vein. So suppose this is leg. So in the leg there is a two vein, one a deep vein and other is a superficial vein. So basically the superficial vein, it run under the skin. So basically this is superficial vein. So this is the superficial vein which run under the skin, and basically this superficial vein is start from the dorsal arc. Here is a dorsal arc, that is called great saphenous vein. And basically this great saphenous vein end into the femoral vein. And here this is a junction called saphenofemoral junction, which is just lateral to the pubic tubercle. So basically this great saphenous vein is a superficial vein and this femoral vein is a deep vein. And from this side there is a short saphenous vein which runs ascending, and basically around the knee it converted into the popliteal vein. So this popliteal vein is a deep vein, and this short saphenous vein is basically a superficial vein. This is a short saphenous vein. So basically guys, there is a junction formed between the popliteal vein. This is a popliteal vein. There is junction formed between these popliteal vein and short saphenous vein, that is a saphenopopliteal junction. That is called saphenopopliteal junction. So guys, between these deep vein, between these two veins, deep vein and the superficial vein, there is a perforator. Basically which that connect superficial vein to the deep vein. This perforator connect superficial vein to the deep vein, and in every vein there is a wall. In every vein there is a wall. Whether it is junction, or whether it is a superficial, or whether it is a perforator or deep vein, in every vein or junction there is a wall present. This wall prevent the backflow of the blood. This basically what this wall do, this basically prevent the backflow of the blood. So basically guys, as we know that there is a calf muscle. So basically let's understand how this blood go up to the heart. Basically what's happen, this calf muscle pump in the sense is contract, and from when it contract, the blood from the deep vein go into the heart, go into the heart, and when it go into the heart, the wall present in a deep vein prevent that backflow from the above the wall. So once the blood go, once the calf muscle contract, blood go towards the heart, it never come back. It never come back towards the leg because of this wall. So basically what's happened, guys, when basically during relaxation, and what happened during relaxation, the superficial vein give the blood through this perforator to the deep vein, and when this deep vein fully filled, then calf muscle contract and this blood go up to the heart, and again contraction relaxation will be is going on. So basically what happened in this varicose vein. So basically there is two causes. Initially I tell you there is two causes. First is a primary cause, second is a tertiary cause. So when there is a wall incompetent into the veiny vein, like in saphenofemoral junction or in popliteofemoral junction or its superficial vein or deep vein, when wall incompetent, when the calf muscle contract, blood go towards the heart, but due to incompetency of the wall, blood backflow and it accumulate into the superficial vein like great saphenous vein and short saphenous vein. So it became dilated and tortuous. So first cause is the wall incompetent, that is the main cause. This is the main cause ki wall incompetent. The main cause is main cause of this varicose vein is wall incompetent. Secondary causes, like guys, in pregnancy vein become obstruct, so it cause the backflow of the blood and the vein get dilated. And other is a deep vein thrombosis. It is basically obstruct the blood flow, so the blood backflow, it basically obstruct the blood flow and blood back towards the I mean to say blood back towards their initial position, so there will be accumulation of this blood into the veins. And the other thing, guys, the long standing. Due to long standing, there is always a gravitational pulling, so there is a blood filling into the great saphenous vein and the great saphenous vein and the short saphenous vein, so it get dilated and tortuous. So basically, guys, this is all about the pathophysiology and the causes. And basically, guys, these are the secondary causes, like in pregnancy, thrombosis, deep vein, basically pregnancy, thrombosis and the long standing. These are the secondary causes of the varicose vein. And other classification is on the basis of the clinical features. So there is a first degree, I mean to say there is C0. C0 means there is a normal skin, no any changes. Second, C1 threaded vein, we will see the threaded vein. In C2, C2 there is a dilated and tortuous vein, that is what we call the varicose vein. In C4, guys, in C4 there is a skin pigmentation, skin itching occur. These are due to inflammatory mediator. And skin become the hard, and that is due to lipodermosclerosis. And in C5, guys, there will be the ulceration seen in the legs. It may become healed, or it may get healed, or it may not get healed. So guys, basically this ulceration, why this ulceration occurred? Because due to the continuous itching. Why this itching occur? Because of the inflammatory mediator. So guys, this is all about the first video of the varicose vein. In second video, I will discuss about the investigation, what investigation required in a varicose vein. And there is a lot of test like Trendelenburg test. Other test is tourniquet test. So in the next video we will see the examination of this varicose vein, and what investigation required in varicose vein, and we will also see the management of this varicose vein.